Cobra Kai's first 2 seasons on YouTube were met with critical acclaim, and its move to Netflix for season 3 has only increased its popularity. It's a must-watch for fans of Karate Kid, and I was lucky enough to talk with actor Han Soto about the recently released season 3. We're joined by Han Soto, actor, producer. You've also done a lot of other things in your life before you before you went into acting. Thank you so much for taking the time and talking with us about Cobra Kai.
Thanks for having me, Matthew.
Absolutely. Now, you have been in some really cool projects. So obviously Cobra Kai, which we're going to talk about in just a second.
Yeah.
We've also been in Looper, Logan, Watchmen, Preacher, which is such an amazing show. And I loved that you were the vampire that, or the person who wants to be a vampire.
Yeah.
You think you get it, and then you just are eaten, basically. But you've been some amazing projects. What has been your favorite project to work on?
Gosh, they all have kind of their own charm to it.
Yeah.
I tell everyone, like, look, every credit has an amazing story behind it, like how I got to it. And like even like when I'm on set. So like isolating it to one moment would just be so unfair. a good moment was when I showed up on set on Logan, because when I was growing up, I'd pretend to play. You would play X-Men on the yard, and Wolverine was my guy. He was always picked first. If you didn't get first pick, you don't have Wolverine, because that's number one, right?
Yeah.
So my backup was always Gambit. So finally, like, to be able to meet him in person and like share a green room, I thought that was kind of cool. Like, it was just one of those moments where it was me, Sir Patrick, and Hugh, and I'm like, what is my life right now? This is it was just us in the room.
Yeah, like you're sitting with
like
Sir Patrick Stewart. That's an icon of a whole nother level too. All the things that he's been in, but to be with Hugh Jackman, who is Wolverine, there's only a couple actors, right? Like Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, and like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. That's it.
So I guess that means Robert Downey Jr. is my next one to work with, huh? I got two out of three right there.
Yeah, exactly. Just
thanks for
that off.
Thanks for putting that out there in the universe, man.
Yeah. We'll just start tweeting it, and we'll just start making sure, like, hey, you guys, you want to be in a Star Wars series with him? I've heard he's coming into Star Wars now. So
Han Jarvis, I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. So growing up, Karate Kid for me was like mandatory viewing, right? It's one of my dad's favorite movies growing up. So he was like, when I was a kid, it's like, hey, Karate Kid, you need to watch it. Was Karate Kid an important movie for you growing up? Was it
100%. I was that kid who got bullied, man. Like every day after school in middle school, it was for 2 years. It was, there was 2 exits in my school, and I had to find a way to not like get my ass kicked. So that was like every day for me, and walking through the halls. So I get it. Like I resonated with Karate Kid when it came out. I was like, wow, I can fight back. I took martial arts, and I never really got to use it because the yard was kind of scrappy. Everyone was just like, there's no structure in how you fight. It's what you grab first.
Yeah.
No, but it's I totally, like, I grew up during that time, so much so that my iPod's playlist has Peter Cetera on it, because that's when I discovered
That's so awesome.
It's like Lil Wayne and then Peter Cetera.
2 drastically different artists.
Exactly.
What kind of martial arts did you study?
So when I first started out in 6th, 7th grade, it was Taekwondo and Kung Fu. I did Taekwondo for like a week. I didn't really like it much, but I went into Kung Fu, and Tai Fu, his Sifu Fu was my master, and so now I study Wing Chun, and I got my little dummy downstairs.
That is so cool, because I saw that you do some of your own stunts, at least like in Looper you did, and I don't know if there's other kind of things. Does that kind of help, like when you go in for a role? And I mean, I know like Pham Minh Tao didn't fight in this one, but when you go in there and you go, I mean, if you guys need me to fight, I can.
For sure. Yeah. It's nice to be able to go in and go, all right, look, and truth be told, I'm not the stuntmen that are out there right now. Like I'm the guy who did stunts to get into the acting side of it. Like that's how I kind of hustled my way into set. We call it hustle, right? Because what if you get on set and you get seen, they go, oh, maybe we want to use him for something. So I do basic stunts. I can't do a lot of those like 10, 15-foot falls, and I won't do it. Right. Yeah. I can drive, I can do stunt driving, but for the most part, like you won't see me jumping out of a helicopter, like, you know what I mean? Like those crazy stunts.
You're not doing any Tom Cruise stuff, getting tied to the side of a jumbo jet.
unless it's a halo jump, right?
Yeah.
You see that video? That video is awesome, man.
Yeah. There's got to be like a couple things you're like, I won't do that. That's really dangerous, but I've always wanted to do it.
But I might do it. Yeah. No, but like being able to like take a hit on set, it brings value as an actor, because you don't have to, they don't have to call him the stunt man. Right. So if I got to take a hit, or if I see in a scene that, okay, maybe they should throw me in this, and I'll take a fall. I always bring my gator backs with me, so just in case.
I'm ready to go if you guys need me.
Use it. Yeah, I never had to use it much, but
so Cobra Kai has really blown up. Like it started out as just this YouTube Red show, which YouTube Red isn't the most popular thing, but Cobra Kai was like the main thing on there.
Insane.
Season 2 got bigger, and now it's one of the most popular things on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like having one of your projects being a hit on Netflix, the biggest subscribing service? Netflix is huge. To have your show be so big, what's that feeling like?
I mean, it's every actor's dream, man. Like we spend so much time trying to get out there and, be seen. And sometimes we're seen for things that we don't want to be seen for, But like in this case, it just organically happened. I didn't do anything special. I just went in, did my job, and just kind of sat back and did all the work,
Yeah.
And when it happened, it was just like, wow. And all the announcements kept making me more excited, because when they pulled from January 7th back to 1st, I knew it was going to be a big hit. I just had a really good feeling, because dude, we're all home after Christmas, comatose through food, right? So we need something to watch. So yeah, that's pretty much like, I'm super blessed. I mean, I always count my blessings, and I always make sure that people around me are kind of feeling the same excitement, and if I can do anything to lift them up with my energy, I will. So
so what was it like auditioning for the role? Because I imagine you went in, you auditioned for it. What was kind of that process like for you doing? I mean, I don't know, being a bad guy's got to be such a different thing than some of the other roles you've played. So what was that?
I love it, man. I love it. I got a few notebooks here with like different characters, different types of characters, and like each of those characters are either evil, kind of evil, like right on the edge of it, or like super nice nerdy guys and doctors, and I got those kind of guys. But when I had to tap into this particular book, I think I want to say it's one of these books right here, but this is not the one, right? It's just a little book, and I just write notes on like what kind of cigarettes they smoke, maybe, or what kind of foods they eat. So like when I got to pull him out, this guy was actually a diamond, like he was a militia leader in the diamond trade in Africa. He was an Asian guy with a machete. So I was like, ooh, he could be good in the jungle. So I pulled him out, took the machete out of his hand, and threw a gun in it. Made him speak Vietnamese with a ridiculous mustache, which took me 5 months to grow.
That's so funny. Anytime I see a mustache, I always kind of go, oh, I'm so jealous, because mine, it would take me about 5 months to grow something like that too.
Yeah. Oh, that was done as a joke. Like it was like more than this, and I shaved this right before I went in for like the test, and they're like, "Ooh, we like that." I was like, "Oh shit, no." So I had to keep it for like 3 months, man. I was auditioning for other projects. I had to put like, don't. Try not to pay attention to my mustache, please.
Remember, here's my headshot. Look, no mustache. Exactly. I'm good looking without this mustache.
Exactly. No, but it's fun playing evil characters. Anything like out of your comfort zone is always welcome, like for me, because that's what we do. That's, as an actor, man, that's a dream job. Just be able to like expand on who you're not, play in that space, and then to have people trust you enough to just riff. Like a lot of the stuff I did on set was just improv. In the moment, this is what I want to do as my character. Go ahead, do it. I was like, cool. And that was exactly how it was on set.
Yeah, well, and kind of taking that freedom, because I mean, you can write things down in the script. I want you to push him here, but if it doesn't feel natural, then it looks forced and all that kind of stuff. So that's got to be kind of liberating. And at least then you don't have to go, I don't like this. This isn't what he would do here, or it just doesn't flow right. So that's kind of got to be liberating for you then too.
Yeah, totally. Like I don't know, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll keep it very general.
Yeah.
If you've been living under a rock and you haven't seen Cobra Kai, then time to get out. But when he dropped his knees, nothing was written there.
Yeah.
I was like, do you want to die today? And I was, screamed it. I was like, you want to die? I mean, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was those little fillers that kind of helped move the pace, because that was a long walk.
Yeah.
If you really sit and count the steps, it was a long, long walk. And
and there's that whole, again, I'll throw up a little spoilers thing. But again, like that's when the captain or whatever is basically saying he has to go through that whole exposition of, Kreese, this is all your fault.
That was
kill you. Betty, I think her name is Betty. Like Betty died. All this kind of stuff. That's a lot of exposition if you're just kind of walking and going through.
Yeah. So we have to take it in, right? So yeah.
All right.
Make sure your spoiler is a big one. It's like a.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll put it up right as there, because I have one like spoiler question in just a minute. So I'll make sure it goes up, just because I have to. It was cool. I'll get to it. Cool. So you play Pham Minh Thao, and you actually make me feel bad for Kreese, who I through the whole series, just because like what he went through. I mean, obviously he's still a jerk, but like what he went through early, it made me feel bad for him. Is there, I guess, is that kind of what you guys were going for in Cobra Kai? Is that kind of what you were going for as like playing Pham, or was it, I don't know, is that just kind of, you kind of said, I don't think I was going, maybe that's not something that you expected.
Yeah, I don't think I was going for anything except being authentic to that character. That character did things to this guy that we know nothing about. Like, we don't know anything about his history. This is 30 years in the making, and we know nothing as to why he was so evil in the original, movies and even now. So you're just getting the first layer of like Kreese here.
Yeah.
And so if you tell me that you felt empathy for him and felt sorry for him for a little bit, just even for a little bit, I've done my job, right? So that's, that just kind of lets you know how evil I was in my mentality towards him on set even. So, it's nice to be able to understand why people are the way they are. I think that's the excitement of this whole, sequence is, the audience gets to decide if they want to feel sorry for him or want to continue hating him, right? I mean, no judgment. You feel what you feel, right? So, and who knew we were going to gravitate towards Johnny during this whole series?
Yeah.
Growing up, you and I growing up, we're like, oh man, that dude's a jerk, But now you think about it, you're like, God, who was really the antagonist?
Yeah. And even like, and you can still have your, if you still want to believe, okay, Daniel was the hero of the Karate Kid, but now you can kind of say, okay, well now it's Johnny. So you can still think that, okay, I still hate Johnny and the Karate Kid, but Cobra Kai, now I really like him. Now he's cool. That kind of leads me.
I feel like that has, a lot to do with like what we've gone through in our own lives, and how relatable Johnny is these days.
Yeah. And you can just kind of 30 years to do it. Changed, and we've all had
exactly
issues pop up, and so it's good to kind of see that. That brings me into one question is, okay, so if you're a teenager right now and you have to choose a dojo, Johnny Lawrence's Cobra Kai or Daniel LaRusso's Miyagi-Do, which one do you pick? If right now you're like going through, which dojo would you choose?
Johnny's Cobra Kai or?
So yeah, Johnny Lawrence's, not Kreese's. Okay. So Johnny Lawrence's Cobra Kai, kind of the new like revamped one. You pick Johnny's?
I think I would go with Johnny's. Yeah. Yeah. Just because I don't know, if you really spent time with him, you would know he's trying to be a good guy, right?
Yeah.
Who just doesn't know anything about marketing. It's fun how they did that. What do you call it? The Twitter or something?
Yeah. When he writes the message, hey, I'm on Facebook, and it's like, oh man, it's now 2021. Nobody says the Facebook. That
No
was
Facebook. That's awesome.
That's so great. Okay, so this is the spoiler one, really quick. So you, as the bad guy, are making these soldiers fight to the death on that little platform. And when I'm first watching it in the first episode that you show up, I'm thinking, okay, there's spikes down there. Like they're gonna kick them off. That's kind of like a Vietnam War kind of thing. They're gonna fall on spikes. And then, so don't worry, I'll put up the spoilers. And then you realize it is so much worse than that. It's just a pit of venomous snakes, and it looks like anacondas and all sorts of things. That's like next level bad guy stuff. That's like Bond bad guy stuff. Like
that's like Jeffrey Dahmer. Like I want to see, living things get the life sucked out of them type stuff.
And basically just get eaten and rot down there, I guess, because I doubt you guys would wheel them out after.
I mean, the pit was pretty deep. I mean, it was legit deep. Like it wasn't CGI. They dug it really, really deep. So I was thoroughly impressed. Like it was dangerous, but if you didn't have harnesses, it would have been pretty dangerous. But everybody was harnessed. But I joke about it because I'm like, if I would have thrown like chipmunks or squirrels in there, you guys would be watching Squirrel Kai. or the most non-threatening animal.
Right. Oh man, it's a really cool way to give Cobra Kai their name and kind of go back and be like, this is how they got it. So I just thought that was such a cool moment, because you expect one thing and it's just worse now. So
the snakes had their own kind of heating tent. Like they had their own area, on set. So when they were ready, I think it was like towards one of the last shots, because you didn't want to not wake them up, but like mess around with their environment much. But they had heaters. It was cold, so they had heaters in the tents. When it was game time, man, it was like, boom, let's go, let's do this. They would place the snakes in the pit. It was insane. I don't know how they kept track of all of them though.
Right, they're like, oh, we had 200 we're missing like 7.
Exactly. Here's your bag, go back to set.
So on set, did you guys did COVID cause you guys difficulties? Were you guys shooting during all this?
No, we shot before. It was right before. It was on October 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, it was months before. It was actually before even Netflix gave the green light for season 1 and 2. So all the excitement was after all the excitement of the show getting on Netflix was after I wrapped. And it was cool. It was just nice. I couldn't believe it.
I bet.
I couldn't believe it.
So what if on set, because I imagine you were kind of just in that jungle set. I'm trying to go back and think, like, I don't think you were in any different kind of things. What was kind of the coolest thing that you got to do on the Cobra Kai set this time around?
I mean, the coolest thing that I saw was like they flew a Chinook, like a helicopter into set. Like it wasn't driven in, it flew, and you can hear like a deep like whoo, 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 whoo. And I think it really like set the stage for, hey, here's what you're playing in, stay in. So I stayed in it the whole time. Like I pretty much like chastised the extras who were my soldiers in the show. And I brought playing cards just like they did in the jungles in Vietnam during the war, and we would play, and then we would play for money. So a dollar here and there. And I'm really good at the game, so I ended up making like my rate on set as an actor was like 40 something bucks. I was walking slower because I was $40 heavier.
That's so great. Acting like the true leader there.
Oh yeah,
just taking all your subordinates' money.
You're gonna take our money? I was like, dude, are you a man or not? Huh? You lost you want your money back? He goes, nah, keep it.
This is jungle rules, man.
Dude, we were talking mad smack to each other, man. It was awesome. And like
that's great.
It's cool because like, on set, sometimes the newer extras who are like new to the set don't really know like the etiquette of set, what to do. So I had the kind of like the green light to yell at them and kind of big brother them through the whole thing. And like when we got back in the van, when they drove us back to the base camp, I was like, hey, yo, you know that was acting, right? I mean, I wasn't mad at him, man. He's like, oh man, we thought you didn't like us. I was like, I had to apologize to him. I was like, man, come on.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a ton of like, yeah, dude, Han Soto, he's kind of a jerk on set, but I'm not
Let me delete my tweet. Let me delete the tweet.
That's great. So what's coming up next for you? Because I know I have some people, I have some friends that kind of live in LA and do different stuff on sets and everything. And I know it's been kind of up and down with COVID. So what's kind of coming up?
I haven't done much. Like I haven't done much in terms of like during COVID, I shot on Outer Banks season 2, and shooting during COVID sucks.
Yeah,
you got to take tests. You don't even know if you're going to be able to work until you test negative.
Jeez.
Like, that's the thing. Like you travel and you test positive, you're going back home. Like that's how it is.
Dang, yeah.
And they ran a tight set. So I mean, I did that. I don't know when that's coming out, but like I stay pretty busy with my distribution label. My partner and I have one called Kamikaze Dogfight, and we distribute 2 films a month through our partners Gravitas. So we just dropped one end of January called Haymaker, and we got a couple more stuff coming out. Death Trip, Necropath, and it's just cool because we're developing like this community of filmmakers through Zoom.
Yeah,
and it's amazing. Like it's this ideal situation is so ideal for me because I save so much on travel. Like I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning, had a call in Ireland. By 6:30, I was talking to somebody in Australia, like New Zealand, and then it was 9:30. It was a call in UK, and by 12, I'm in Colorado making a sandwich for myself. And I'm like, how much did I just save on travel alone?
Oh, I bet, because otherwise you're going to Ireland, then you're flying to Australia, then you're going to UK. All of a sudden, it's like backtracking all of that. So so at least there's some.
Just trying to find the silver lining, man. Like it's fun being able to like start this distribution label and have people resonate with it so much, because like we really do care about our filmmakers. Like we're not just taking them and throwing them into the system. Like I want to make sure everyone, because we're filmmakers ourselves, so we treat it like it's our film. So it's been fun. It's been fun. Nice little group of people that we're building.
Good. That's awesome. All right. So I know that we're kind of short on time. Is there anything else that I always kind of give opportunities? If I missed anything, is there anything else that you kind of want to talk about with Cobra Kai, or anything that I kind of missed that you're like, I really want to get this out there?
I mean, look, when season 4 comes out, I recommend watching 1, 2, and 3 leading up. In fact, I recommend watching Karate Kid, first 2.
Yeah.
And season 1, 2, and 3 of Cobra Kai, and leading up to it, and just go straight through. And I think that's the only way to really watch a show.
Yeah,
just binge it all. I did it with Game of Thrones when was it season 8 came out?
I think so.
7 or 8? One of the last ones, and I went through 1 through 7 in like 10 days. It was crazy. But I think my facial hair grew out actually.
I think that's part of the fam Dow mustache.
But no, man. I mean, if they want to follow the stuff that we're doing on Kamikaze Dogfight, it's at KAMIKAZE Dogfight. That's on Instagram. Perfect. And my personal one, my personal one is at Han Soto. If I do that, would you throw a bumper on it?
Look at the graphics.
Push the graphics. If I would have known you knew motion graphics or did lettering, I would have been like, yeah, Kamikaze Dogfight.
And little magician stuff. Well, that's great. Yeah, and I would say it's really good. I think some of the best things about the streaming services is the episodes. There's not 24 episodes anymore, right? Which sometimes it's great, but other times you're like, I'm not even halfway through season 1 yet. Like, and there's 8 seasons to go. That's kind of a great thing about Cobra Kai is 10 episodes in a season. Like
short,
every episode counts. What was that? Sorry.
And it's like 30 minutes. It was 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Like some of them are 40, some of them are 30. So it just varies right in there. And it's just that perfect wheelhouse to be like, you can binge a whole season in one sitting. And it's like, and it feels, I don't know, you feel satisfaction, you feel great after doing it. It's not like, oh God.
My neighbor texted me, and when 1 and 2 came out on Netflix. Oh wait, was it on YouTube? I think she watched it on YouTube. She's like, no. And I thought something happened in our backyard. She goes, no season 3 yet. So when 3 came out, she did what I just recommended. It's like she watched 1 and 2 and boom, roll right into 3. And she said it was great. So
yeah. Perfect. There you go. You're coming with great suggestions for all the fans out there then. Well, thank you so much, Han. I really appreciate you taking the time and talking to us, and good luck on the rest of season 3. Hopefully people just keep watching it, and good luck on the upcoming projects. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate it being on, man. Follow me on Instagram and we'll stay in touch.
Absolutely. I will do that.
All right, brother.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Have a good day.